Hey guys, Mr. Dixon here with a little quick tutorial. So this is what the finished product's going to look like without all the guidelines in the back, right? Let me just start this with a new window. I want you guys to realize this is um, this is the tool I have to teach you guys how to do stuff on the fly, right? So this is just a recording tool. I'm using, if you're interested in doing digital, I'm using a free program called GIMP. If you look up here, it says GIMP. I'm creating a new image. If you follow the mouse, create a new image. I'm going to measure inches. We're going to do 8 by 10. That's roughly the size of a regular piece of paper that we'd be using anyway. I'm not getting rid of this, just creating a new later, right? Now, if you'll notice, this showed up as pink in the background. I'm going to try to flood fill that with more of a white. Flood fill just fills the whole thing, right? Um, so what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to find a color for the basic guideline, right? What we're going to do is we're going to set our guideline on the back layer, and then we're going to go ahead and do a, let's see, core pointer, pocket, no, bucket fill, not what I want. Oh no. Okay, got it back under control. Let's get this one back to white. Boom. Okay. And then we're going to change this color to a soft pink, right? We're just going to pretend that that's like a guideline, right? I've got my pencil tool selected. Um, yeah. So imagine that this is your 8 by 10 piece of paper, right? Or really any size. Just remember to fill the page, right? Or whatever the size of this is. You're going to want your selfie portrait, right? You're going to want that to be roughly the size 8 by 10. So just think regular piece of paper size. You want it to be white. Eventually, we're going to paste this whole selfie portrait that you're doing next to a surreal cutout portrait that you're doing too, right? So anyway, um, so remember the template, right? There's about two spheres here. I've got kind of a big head. I'm going to focus on the circle. I also, if you'll notice, Mr. Dixon, not a great artist. Not, uh, I'm working. I'm not saying I'm a bad artist. I'm just saying. Um, now I want you to notice something. If you'll notice, this background color here is totally different than this eraser white, right? Um, I find that interesting. You can change that if you look at that. Again, this is not a digital tutorial, you guys. I'm just trying to show you the basics of what we're doing here, okay? Let's flood fill this, and then flood fill that. There we go. Flood fill. We're just going to erase the rest of it. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm erasing. I've got my guidelines down. I'm going to go back over them. You guys should probably not use very heavy brush strokes for this next part. Brush strokes. Don't press down super hard if you're using pen or pencil, right? Um, we're just gonna do. We're just doing a quick thing here, and I'm kind of a neat freak when it comes to this. So, okay, so there's that. Switching back to the pencil. Okay, we've got that rough one. We're gonna go. This is the center dot, right? We're gonna measure boop about halfway between. Again, boop halfway between. Now this boop here, this little dot here, I'm gonna do some guidelines. And remember, these are just rough. I don't have a ruler, and I'm using a Wacom tablet, right? So I think this third dot is about where the apex of this, second circle that we're going to do. And the bottom of my jaw, to be honest, is substantially bigger than the top of my head if you take away the hair, right? So I'm going to do about, I don't know, a little bit bigger. I've got some beardage going on, right? So then also let's do the measurements here on this bottom circle while we're at it. Actually, first we're gonna just straighten it up. Remember, we're just getting our proportions knocked out, right? We got to think about this in terms of um, layers. You guys, layers is more of a digital term, but also, we've gone over in class over how animation used to be done, right? So what would we say? Then this itself is a line. Whoops, no, that was an erase thing that I did. So we've got the pencil back. We're gonna go up here, up here, here. This was hair. This was the center, right? So then this line is going to be the eye line, right? We're going to go down a little further. Let's measure this bottom one, right? I'm measuring about to the center. I'm just eyeballing it. Boop, there we go. So that's the center of the line, right? Then we're going to do another measurement about halfway between here and here. Boop. That's going to be, if that's the eye line, this is going to be the nose. And about in the middle will be the lips, right? You guys remember that from the tutorial, surely. If you don't, I would recommend that you go back to Canvas and look it up. It's going to be last week's tutorial, right? Okay, so really, this is it. This is your basic thing here. You just want to get a big one, a big circle down, and then a smaller circle up front, right? Right.